Good evening, I'm Peter Mansbridge, and this is The National. The Speaker of the House of Commons makes two rulings against the Harper government.
The Speaker has said, "Wake up, Canada."
Election talk heats up. Terry Milewski on what it all means and what happens next. The road to a spring election took a pretty sharp turn today, and it may wind up being a shortcut to the ballot box. The Harper government was found to have breached parliamentary privilege, not once, but twice. And it's all left many wondering if Canadians will actually see that federal budget planned for 2 weeks' time. Our senior correspondent, Terry Milewski, has all the day's developments. Terry.
Well, Peter, it was a terrible day for the government. It's not even clear now that it can survive long enough to bring in a budget on the 22nd. Plus, the Speaker has given a huge boost to the opposition's bid to redefine the election issue as trust, not the economy.
That these actions damage Canadian democracy.
Another rowdy question period focused on ethics.
Speaker, I don't agree with any of those things.
But it was all just a prelude to the two rulings by Peter Milliken, a speaker respected on all sides.
I'm now prepared to rule on the...
He ruled the government has not come clean on the cost of its legislation, on crime and tax cuts, nor on misleading statements by Minister Bev Oda.
This is a serious matter that goes to the heart of the House's undoubted role in holding the government to account.
So what next? First, a committee will ponder it with a deadline to report back by the 21st. That is the day before the budget. So on the 21st, the opposition parties could choose to vote the government down. But will they? Do you think the government should be brought down before the budget?
I mean, we'll consider everything. I never do open strategy.
All the opposition parties waffle.
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, we will obviously go to the committee. We will engage in that further discussion.
We're going to keep all our options open. It's the day before a budget day.
The Liberal leader wouldn't say if he'll try to topple the government, but he did say what he thinks the election should be about.
These guys don't respect the rules of the game. The Speaker has said, "Wake up, Canada." This is a government that cannot be trusted to respect the institutions of our country.
The Conservatives backpedaled, promising that Bev Oda will clarify things in committee and that the government will try to satisfy the Speaker's ruling.
The Speaker is invited to do one of two things: to provide complete information, or two, to provide a specific explanation on why we can't do that, and we'll comply with one of those two.
But that won't stop the opposition if it wants to vote down the government. And note that NDP leader Jack Layton, who just had hip surgery, is already back in the House, sending a message that he's ready to campaign. All parties rose to salute his return. So now the opposition has pretty well boxed the government and itself into an election. It's tough to see how they could support the budget while also saying the government cannot be trusted. So buckle up. Peter.
Terry's on Parliament Hill.